What up, guys? It's me. Oh my gosh, I'm back. I know, I haven't posted in a day. It's been so hard. I understand. I'm just gonna post this little video, update about my day, rant a little bit. That's what these videos are. They're self journals for me. Once again, these videos are just for me to keep track of progress, to journal, to word vomit, to help me understand myself, and to be able to come back and watch these videos in the future, near or distant. Today is a pretty good day. I woke up, started doing homework, homework. Did a lot of homework today. And then I cleaned, and then I left for some college classes on Sunday because I keep accidentally volunteering for college stuff because nobody knows a tech guy, so they need me to run all their soundboards. And make videos and everything for them. So I was doing that, and then I got some food, came home and did more homework, and I brain rotted. I played a little bit of Mario Galaxy with my baby brother too, and cleaned my room. I did some decluttering, but that's not what we're talking about today. Just gotta top up with what I did. I want to talk about phone addiction, right, and how bad it is. Okay, and I know you're probably rolling your eyes and going, "Oh!" just hearing that. Everyone is, and that's the issue. Everyone just willingly accepts that phone addiction is bad, and that it has bad consequences, but nobody wants to dig deeper than that, and it's honestly kind of driving me insane. My big final paper, my persuasive speech, was for college last semester. We had to persuade the government of the state I live in to pass a new law, right? And mine was the ban of scrolling. And I get into a lot of nitty gritty research, right? And the reason I'm talking about this is currently, just for heck and giggles, I'm reading some research papers right now on scrolling and phone addiction, how bad it is, and how to potentially quit. It's mainly just talking about the statistics of addiction, and the most recent study was a 2024 study. There's not a lot of papers on phone addiction because it's so new. So how do you even test for it? Oh, it's so bad, guys. But no one wants to do something about it. But anyways, I was writing about how bad addiction is, and I got into the nitty gritty. And I think I'm gonna eventually read my research paper because it's pretty insane. Not gonna lie, it's really good. Um, Actually, I'm gonna look for it one quick, and I'm just gonna read some snippets from it. Hold on, let me pull it up. Okay, I got it. And this is everything I wrote, right? And then here's all my citations. I think y'all can see that. Um, but it starts like this specific purpose is to help my audience see the truly harmful and long-term effects of social media and excessive screen time, and offer a solution to this problem. The central idea is almost everyone knows that constant scrolling and excessive screen time is bad in some way, but do they truly know the negative impacts it is having on their brain? Have they considered that their phone addiction isn't their fault? What can we do to change this issue? Right, and I want to make it a whole video and go over all of this because I think that would be super stellar. But the main gist of it is everyone acknowledges that phone addiction is bad, but we don't acknowledge how bad it is. And there has actually been a couple people who are trying to pass politics that I've talked to, that I've had the opportunity to discuss it, and they just go, "Yeah, man, I know it's really bad. Like, my nephew or niece or someone has really bad anxiety or depression." And they acknowledge that it's due to the phones, and the whole family acknowledges it's due to the phones, but no one's doing anything. And that's the issue with all of it. All of it. Well, when did we go from being creators to consumers? Because we as humans were made to create. We were designed to create. We were made in God's image, and God created the world, okay? He creates things all the time, and He's kind. We need to be doing that. That's what we are supposed to be doing. And there's so many studies going over how healthy it is to create things as a human. Just how being creative and doing stuff can help your mental state so much, but we don't do that anymore because we just consume on social medias and everything. Smartphones were a horrible idea for society. We are all numbed now, okay? It literally numbs your emotions. That's one of the negative side effects. It numbs your emotions, makes you feel hopeless, which everyone in the world is feeling hopeless, and it just makes you complacent. You're just content, right? That's some major side effects of scrolling, and everyone acknowledges it, but nobody's doing anything about it. Why is nobody doing anything about it? Because literally everybody is addicted to social media now. Like, I swear, everybody is addicted now. And everyone, like, is like, yeah, I want to get better. But we can't because it's literally addicting, okay? And in my research I went over, right, it can be addicting in some drugs, right? It can literally be on the amount of dopamine it releases is more than like, or it's almost as much as cocaine and meth, right? Cocaine and meth, that is a serious bad drug, right? And drug dealers, people who sell the drugs, know how bad it is, so they never take the drug. And a lot of people who like own the social medias also openly talk about how they don't use them at all, which is just kind of interesting to point out. Just, you know, but like it's incredibly addicting, right? It's on par almost with cocaine and meth, literally. I have the freaking sites. I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna list it in another video soon. And we're just okay with it in our pocket 24/7. Okay. In my state where I'm from, did you know that playing bingo in some states is illegal? Playing bingo is illegal. Yeah, the grandma sport. Because it is a form of gambling. And even slight gambling gives you little boosts of dopamine, and it can change your hormones, the way your brain chemicals shoot off, how your brain works. So it's illegal to play until like underage. Until you're like, I think it's over 18. I think bingo's 18. You have to be at least 18 because it can change your chemicals, your brain chemicals slightly. But social media, YouTube, a lot of games now too, like, because a lot of them have gotchas in them now without realizing it. Like almost every game has gambling in some way now. Even Roblox, almost every single map has mystery boxes or something, you know, which is a form of gambling that's literally worse than bingo. And we're allowing 4 and 5 year olds to be on this casually, and it's like 100 times worse. Scrolling on social media is 1,000 times worse. It is horrible for you, right? It is so bad. Okay. And here's the real kicker, right? So every time you scroll, you kind of you lose your dopamine, right? And when you scroll, it shoves off your emotions, so you can't feel. So if you're having a really bad day, if you're feeling anxious, if you're feeling like you're doing really bad at procrastinating, you haven't gotten work done, you're gonna scroll because it blurs out your emotions, so you don't have to process them, right? But when you do that, it releases a certain chemical that piles up all the emotions that you should be experiencing currently. So instead of like a steady flow of emotions, it's just comes to a grinding halt. Okay, and the more you scroll, the more it releases a chemical that stops your emotions. When you stop scrolling, all of that slowly but rapidly comes and hits you. So you're going through all the emotions at once, which is why we feel so crappy when we hop off scrolling, because there's so many emotions our body's trying to process. So we go back to scrolling because we don't want to have to deal with it. That's not good. That is not good, and this is what it's doing to us. Not just scrolling, but like all these social medias and everything. And everyone is like, yeah, it's bad, but we still do it because we're addicted. We are genuinely addicted. It is literally on par with meth and coke, but in my opinion, it's worse. Why is it worse? Because it's accessible in our pockets 24/7. You cannot leave the house without mention of social medias or smartphones now. It is not a choice to visit the internet. You have to live in it, right? And that's another big thing. The generation before us, the internet was a place to visit. Now we have to live in it. It used to be like the newspaper. You'd open it in the morning, you'd read it, and then go on with the rest of your day. But no, we have to have it now. And that's so prevalent if you try and quit, right? Because I really want a flip phone, okay? I want a Kyocera 203K or a Samsung Flip. I prefer the Kyocera brand because they look so much cooler, okay? I really like them, and I did so much research to try and get a dumber phone. They're still slight smartphones, right? But they're flip phones, so they're a lot worse. They're kind of pricey though. No data supports them anymore. Where I live, I called all the data towers around me and they don't have the right frequencies in the data. Like they support 4G, but they don't have the right frequencies, is number one. Number two, every job I've worked at for the past 5 years requires you to have a phone to do checklists. There's checklists to clock in. It's on a phone now, right? Parking tickets. There's a lot of places I go where you have to scan a QR code to get a parking ticket. Like for college, have to have a smartphone for that. Okay. Menus in a restaurant that I go to. They don't give you menus. They give you QR codes. Unless you're going through the drive-thru, there is QR codes on a sticker on the table that you have to scan. We have made it mandatory. We have trapped ourselves in our own jail, in a jail of our making. That is horrid and it's killing us. It is stopping our emotions. It is stopping the production of dopamine, and it is genuinely royally screwing our brain functions up, like so bad. Okay, horrible. It makes it so your body can't produce proper dopamine after so much because it's used to such high dosages of dopamine. It's like if you clicked a button and every single time you clicked the button you got $1, that'd be great, but after a while it'd get pretty boring. But then you click the button and you get a $20, oh, this is awesome, right? Then you'd get a shot of dopamine. So you'd keep clicking hoping to get a $20. Okay, you start clicking it so much now you only get $20, right? So it's like your dopamine, like $1, $1, $1, $20. Oh, dopamine spike. $1, $1, $1. Oh, but now it's $20, $20, $20. It eventually gets worse. So then it's not a lot of dopamine. Now you're always getting dopamines. Oh, sorry, you're only getting $20, so it's not shooting off dopamine. It's not spiking, right? But then while you're clicking it and you're getting $20, $20, you click it and you get $100. Big spike of dopamine. Whoa, this is freaking awesome. Okay, but now you're only getting hundreds, and then your dopamine goes back down, and your body doesn't realize that it's a big deal. Your body adapts and it's like, oh, this isn't a big deal anymore. It's just $100 bill, even though you were only making ones at one point. And scrolling has put us in a place where it's a constant, such a high level of dopamine that it's nothing can get done. Like it feels like nothing can get done because nothing is as good as scrolling. Nothing is as good as a hit. Just mindlessly going through Instagram or YouTube or Snapchat. I struggle with scrolling on Snapchat. It's the only social media I have. I really wish I didn't have it, but there's a couple people that I have to stay in contact with on Snapchat and they don't have anything else, which sucks, bro. It sucks. And it makes you feel so crappy, right? Well, eventually your dopamine receptors kind of get shot. It stops producing. You know what that can do? Dementia. There's newer studies coming out showing that excessive scrolling can eventually cause dementia because our bodies aren't producing dopamine, right? First of all, ADHD is actually, fun fact, just said fun fact, ADHD is due to lack of dopamine being produced, right? And more people have it, which is the debate. Some people say more people have it. Some people just say we're diagnosing it better. Parkinson's is a lack of dopamine being produced, right? Dementia can also be lack of dopamine or issues with your dopamine, right? Not only that, moving is about dopamine. Dopamine isn't just a feel good. Dopamine is the chemical your brain shoots off so your body can move too, right? And our bodies are having a hard time producing dopamine from the scrolling, which affects our movement. And movement helps increase dopamine as well, like jumping jacks, push-ups. But since it's getting shot from scrolling, we don't feel like we can move, so then not enough dopamine's being built up. It is just a spiral of just brain rot, you know? It's getting so bad, so horrendous. And everyone's like, yeah, it's bad, but no one does anything because we're addicted and we don't know what to do. Everyone says we don't have the power to do it. everyone agrees it's a bad, but everyone agrees that it's bad. These social medias are bad. Everyone agrees that we should stop, but no one's stopping. And no one will stop unless no one will stop. I genuinely don't believe that because of the addiction. So what in God's green earth are we supposed to do? Scrolling scientifically in these research articles is pointing towards causing dementia, depression, anxiety, because there's all depression's bigger, but a lot of them can be due to like lack of dopamine and stuff, right? But it's so bad, and sometimes they can. In some cases, it's starting to see, like they're linking it. There's a not straight evidence, but a correlation or a possibility of it in our generation, because our generation's the first generation to be stuck with this stuff at a young age to start having Parkinson's at the age of like 20, 30-ish, which is horrifying. Horrifying, okay? What are we supposed to do? How are we going to stand up? Because like the flip phone community and digital detoxes, right? And like no electronic life, it's getting a lot bigger. Digital minimalism, it's getting a lot bigger. People are talking about it more. So that's something that can be done. In my belief, I strongly believe if you ban a drug, you don't just ban a drug, you try and arrest or stop the people producing the drug, right? I'm not saying we delete social media. I am saying each state, because power to the state or country that you're in. The UK just did something similar, but I think it was a lot more extreme. Each state requires it that advanced AI algorithms, because we have the super advanced algorithms that keep us hooked on our phones, are banned for kids under the age of 18. There's a mandatory switch once you're over the age of 18 and you prove it, a mandatory switch in the settings to turn off advanced algorithms. And if you're under the age of 18, they have to be illegal. You never heard of someone being addicted to Vine, and it had a simple algorithm where you could scroll. Vine was scrolling, but there wasn't the advanced AI algorithm tracking every single like, every second on a single video, every comment you make, every comment you like, that would fine tune your content. No one was addicted to Vine, but everyone still enjoyed it, right? It still made people tons of money on social media, but they weren't addicted because it didn't have the advanced AI algorithm. I think it should be illegal in the state, and if the social media doesn't like respond, if they don't do it, then you hit them with a fine, which is exactly what the UK did. The UK had added restrictions that like social medias are banned in the UK for kids under the age of 16, which I feel like is extreme, but I think that's also it's a step in the right direction. You know, like everyone's obviously just gonna get a VPN, but they're trying to do something about it. And if the social medias have to do something with like exposing their network or telling the government something, or enforcing that 16-year-olds can't be on it, and if they can't, then they have to pay like a quarter of their overall company to the UK, which is like I think it's like a couple $1 billion. That's like insane. And it's not just the UK that's doing it, other countries are as well. But America's not yet. We've been lagging behind so bad. And I think a big reason, there's a lot of reasons, but I think social media and all of us being blind and being put in these echo tunnels of just pure hate and despair is ruining us as a country. You know, not trying to get political, but we are supposed to be united. One nation under God, indivisible, you know, but we're so divided against each other. It's so bad. But I think the social medias have to stop. And I'm I don't want to say I'm a victim, but I'm addicted to my phone. Like, I will fully confess, I am not better than anyone. I'm probably a lot worse than a lot of guys, which is why I've looked into this, because I'm so tired of it. I'm so tired of scrolling all the time and being addicted to my phone. I want to be somebody again. Like, when I was a kid, I did so many weird stuff all the time. And so one reason I have a lot of my skill set now is when I was a kid, I wasn't allowed to have any social medias, you know. I was allowed 2 hours of screen time a day. And now I'm a giant techie because I was interested in it, you know. I think that's what needs to be done. I don't know how it's going to step up. I don't know who's going to take the place. I really thought of making a petition for my state. I'm still thinking about it, but I have no idea how to do that, and I know it takes a lot of money, and I don't have that. So we'll see. I don't know. It'd be cool if this video blew up, or one in the future, and we could start something, start a movement, because we, the people, have power. You know, I mean, look at Nepal. Gen Z just overthrew the government like a couple months ago. I mean, come on, guys. We can do things if we work together, and it doesn't have to be violence. I'm not saying we're gonna overthrow the government, but I'm saying we have the power to step up and use our voices for good. You know, not protesting, but starting petitions and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And this needs to be done. It really needs to be done, because I have little siblings and they're on social media all the time. And I tell my parents about it and I try and get them to stop. But my mom's tired after so many kids, and she just lets my 4-year-old brother play Mario Galaxy. Like like he goes to school and stuff. But there's, you know, I don't know. I just don't like to see this younger generation on devices so much. Like, my 12-year-old sister couldn't even imagine playing make-believe outside, and that was my main hobby when I was her age. She doesn't even know how to play make-believe or any imagination, and it's sad to see that, and I wish that would change. And I think their current trajectory with social media and devices is not the right way to go. I think it's almost like de-evolution of us. We're knocking ourselves down. We created something that's going to ruin us, like Pandora's box, and I hope we can fix it. So we'll see how the future goes. Anyways, this video was a lot longer than normal. I just thought I'd rant about that. I kind of ranted way longer than I thought. I'm gonna go knock out because it's late. Still gotta meditate and read my Bible. I did not go to the gym today, by the way. I had too much homework, which really sucks. But I plan on going tomorrow. And it's nice weather, so I might ride my motorcycle too. It'll be cool. Anyways, I hope you're all doing good. I'm so sorry for this long rant. If any of you actually watched to the end of this video, y'all are amazing. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the support. Y'all have really been supporting me. I've been getting a lot of comments. Thank you guys so much. And I'm at 30 subs already. What the crap? Oh my gosh, I didn't expect any subs. I really appreciate that. I hope you're all doing good. I hope y'all are chasing God. Hope you're chasing your New Year's resolutions. If not, get after that. Lock in, guys. Come on. No slacking. Time is short, all right? Defeat is inevitable if you do nothing. I love y'all. God love y'all. And hopefully, maybe I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, y'all. Peace.